From the skies, the seas seem calm. The forests and mountains hide the turmoil that ravages societies. The concept of nations fades, giving into an interplay of geographical patterns. "20,000 feet below lies a land that has staged some of the most passionate political dramas of the last century. Here, popular aspiration has never taken shape. Now, seen from the skies, the calm countryside would hide the past, like the news headlines that have shifted its focus elsewhere. The Shann State in the eastern frontier of Myanmar could dope the whole world at one point of time. It was home to the largest production of opium poppies in the whole world. The profits from poppy cultivation sustained political entities from the British to allegedly the military government, while poverty never left those who gave birth to the death marks. Inside the infamous Golden Triangle, life remained grey. Now, as statistics point at a downward turn in production, the central and the local authorities claim to change the trend. Poppy, poverty, and politics would reshuffle their relation. A decade back, motorable roads would either be considered a dream at the best or a central government conspiracy to capture the region at the worst. But today, these roads are the evolving lifeline of the Golden Triangle. The Golden Triangle region is the imaginary demarcation encompassing parts of Thailand, Laos and Myanmar. The region became notorious for opium production and topped the trade for long. Later, the Golden Crescent region in Afghanistan and Pakistan became a fierce competitor and replaced the triangle as the main hub of opium production. However, what the Crescent could not replace was the legacy of the triangle that goes centuries back. The Golden Triangle has been home to poppies for centuries. Generally, it was meant for local consumption and yet carried social taboo. Many European traders found out the region and made opium a lucrative business. Even for the British Indian government, opium was a major source of revenue. The Britishers started off in this region with importing opium from India to Burma and China. This led to confrontation with the Chinese government and 2 opium wars followed. China, which opposed opium, lost both the wars. Hence, the opium trade and addiction took an upward swing, and along with that grew the British domination of the region. With the entry of the British in the Shann State, the Golden Triangle started to take shape. Production and marketing of opium grew. However, despite strict legislations to control the trade, trafficking and smuggling grew. By the 1940s, the Golden Triangle region came of age completely as the major supplier of the world's opium. What was, however, not complete was a turbulent journey of the region. In 1972, Alfred McCoy, a doctoral student of Yale University, revealed the CIA involvement in the triangle. The American intervention pushed up the region's share in the world opium trade to 70%, and the insurgent control on the trade kept on. But the KMT was replaced by the Communist Party of Burma and other insurgent groups in the northeastern part of Burma. One such figure was Khun Sa. This Shan warlord became the number 1 among the dramatis personae of the opium merchants. In 1990, a US court convicted Khun Sa in absentia. Till now, the warlord is one of the toppers in the most wanted list of the US. Khun Sa surrendered to the Burmese government in 1996, but the world's suspicion on his involvement in the drug trade kept on. On the other hand, certain leaders of the CPB reportedly increased their hold on the trade. But as the Chinese support to the communists gradually dried up following betterment of relationship with the Myanmar government, the CPB faced internal revolt. Gradually, it divided on ethnic lines, giving birth to powerful leaders. Some of them keep on being controversial till date for their involvement in the drug trade. Prominent among them are Pao Yu Chiang, the Wa leader, and Pong Chia Shen, the Kokang leader. Reports indicting them of involvement still make top stories in the media. The Burmese part of the Golden Triangle was divided into 3 special zones: Under the agreement, the regions were allowed to maintain strong autonomy. Some groups, like the Wa, were allowed to keep their own military outfit as well. The UWSA, or the United Wa State Army, still is a formidable outfit. But, however, it has been alleged worldwide that since the late 80s, the military government, the Tatmadaw itself, got in the trade. The democratic election in 1990 swept in favor of the Aung San Suu Kyi-led National League for Democracy. But the SLORC rejected the poll results, claiming that any other authority was not capable of holding Myanmar together. However, the world community did not take the step nicely, and the marginalization of Myanmar followed. As a result, the already cash-strapped economy crashed further. But the militarization of Myanmar carried on. Unconfirmed reports suggested 50% of the national budget went into militarization. It armed itself with one of the largest military in Southeast Asia. On the other hand, the production of raw opium went up to 2,340 tons in 1995 from 837 tons in 1987. The estimated export of opium hovered around $922 million in official exchange rate. Analysts smelled an obvious relationship, and so followed isolation. Myanmar was stuck between Western antipathy, Chinese empathy, and Southeast Asian sympathy. Myanmar signed 2 UN conventions in early 1990s. Also, it officially entered into several treaties with China, Thailand, Laos, and India to check the drug menace. It introduced structural changes in administration to carry on the initiative. Recent statistics show the drop in opium production in the region. And with the bouncing back of Afghanistan as the #1 opium producing nation, Myanmar may have got some respite from the blemish. Yet, suspicion remains, and so does the question on the future of the triangle. A considerable part of the media and academia question the true intention of the Myanmar government. The defendants, however, blame the Western antipathy and the lack of aid to be the major hurdle in the way of progress. The debate carries on, like the torn legacy of the region itself. But caught in the middle is the future of millions of ordinary men, women, and children that live beside these roads. In a country that has treaded backwards from prosperity to poverty, the destination of these roads still remains a mystery. And so does the destiny of millions here. In the broad daylight at Tachilek, around 25 kilometers away from the Thai border, everything seems to be normal, even the roads. For the moment, in this part of the Shann State, it is time to accustom with a different weather, different people, and a different culture. However, some taste of the time to follow comes in Cheng Tung. Here we have to change our Myanmar money chiats into the Chinese yuan. Beyond Cheng Tung, chiats don't work. It's the yuan that's the trading tongue. Something tells me there's more to follow.